Hello there everyone, welcome back. We had ourselves a lot of Imperial Navy battles in the last episode, and I will admit maybe I was being a little bit harsh on my poor Imperial Navy players, because hey, after all the matches I had with my championship series, I feel like I'm a little more critical about their play. Because let's be honest, I seemed like I was fighting the most top caliber of players, at least with Solare and Fossil the few times I played them. Those were very intense matches, and at the end of the championship, the last few matches I managed to get to record, it feels like I had Tau figured out. It was just the execution. And of course, watching these misplays are a little bit hard for me, so maybe I I do apologize if it seemed like I was being harsh. Although it's kind of hard to teach new players how to play with their fleets when they aren't. In all honesty, I think the most important thing you need to do as far as multiplayer is you need to learn when to cut your losses. Preserving your ships so they get their experience, get their upgrades, is going to encourage a much more enjoyable experience as any fleet. That is my feeling anyway, so when my opponents are stubborn to the point that they don't want to warp out, that means you're just in for a harder time, at least in my opinion. Hopefully, we can continue on with the fun matches, try and have a good time, and when I do get those Admiral level 8s, I'm hoping to put them in their place. Alright, so we got a 600 point cruiser class, so our adversary is at least Admiral level 6, maybe Admiral level 7. If I had to guess, and it's Tau, so this is going to be a completely different matchup altogether. I just do not have to worry about a custodian, that's what this tells me here. Which is probably a good way to work my way up with the matchup with Tau, because those Demiurgs are sure know how to put up a good old scrap with their close range firepower. So they're the big threat I need to be mindful of. Especially with their cutting laser potential if I don't take that seriously. Because I don't actually have proper equipment to deal with that. I only got my micro warp jump really. So, with that said, he's got like maybe 690 points, I'm willing to assume, so I'm going to try. I can get away with actually more frigates here to just get on the side, get on the flanks, and just try and counteract any adaptive deflectors he may have. So I'm probably just going to go with 4 cruisers and the rest are going to be savages. Do I honestly need, I don't need a brute because I don't have the points for anything. Alright, so I just cut that little section out because it was actually taking me a while to type there. Because for some reason my first time typing that message in just didn't work for whatever reason. But we know what my plan is. We got some frigates to draw some bombers, draw some fire, and of course get help with getting a surround on him if he decides to commit with those Demiurg. They are a big threat though, especially as Orks. I cannot outmaneuver them. I do have the benefit of maybe, if he doesn't use a micro warp jump, to actually force him to run away. We will see, because I don't even know if he has the Kroot Spear. The Kroot Spear is going to be a lot more of a different beast to try and manage. Needless to say, because after all, it's so slow and immobile, and I'm doing it again with this dang cruiser being moved. But, we're looking good. We'll have to see how it works out, because I don't have much experience actually fighting against Tau just yet, especially as Orks. And with Adaptive Deflector, fighting them head-on is a really... It's not going to be a very effective prospect outside of my ramming. That's the only thing that I could probably take advantage of, is the fact he has lower health, so my ramming is going to be that much better. We'll see. Oh. So he launches it. Okay, so he launches multiple beacons there. And there's the Demiurg, the stronghold as we're expecting. So, we can easily evade this. Only one set of dumbfire torpedoes is not a huge issue. I just gotta make sure it's not risking hitting anything else. And worst case, I could use a tractor can to try and dodge. But we're in good shape. I think all these ships have already managed to evade. So, he's not afraid to reveal that he has a Demiurge. Let's try and give him a good experience with this, though. Even though I don't honestly intend to lose this match, I'm going to try my best to put my A game in. But we're going to put his things through the paces. Alright, all that typing aside there, let's get on going. We're dodging his torpedoes well. Don't care about the beacon so much, because I'm going to be in combat range by the time that detects me anyway. So, we're going to dodge this next torpedo wave, only with the ones on the insides. Should be fine. The one downside, of course, this Tau is you only really have 2 ships that can actually dumbfire torpedoes, which means I have such an easy time dodging them. Little unfortunate for getting damage at long range, but it's what I'm taking advantage of right now. Hell, even this Havoc Savage is not going to get hit right. It did get hit, but the armor managed to deflect it, thankfully. Thankfully. And I wonder what the rest of this fleet is. I could find out. I can add another beacon to this mix. Hell, I'm half tempted just to put it right in the center with them. There we go. I'm just throwing more in to the bonfire, as it were. Although this is not going to be pleasant if I just completely destroy his army, so I hope he's willing to consider warping out with that. Because this won't be pretty otherwise, because you know what I want to do right now. With how clumped up he is, you know what I want to do, and that's just to bump all his frigates together. That would be really damn effective and really damn potent. Oh well, we'll see if this Havoc survives. It is taking a lot of hits there. We're going to go in for the flank now. And then we did deal with the cutting lasers, so that's a plus. We got a good flank. And now, time to give him a hand, I guess. I really want to just destroy all his ships with the dang tractor cannon. It seems too silly not to, in all honesty. Because, look, there's just so much damage potential right there, just tractoring everything. Time to boost on in, although I did do my boost damage wrong there. Everything's getting hit, though. Needless to say, we have a bit of a mess on our hands. Also, come on, I want my tractor cans for this poor thing. So that way it can kind of keep its heading and not take full damage. I want its 95 armor to be utilized. So, we got nice surrounds on everything. I'm taking these damage really well. And so far it's just really a mess, isn't it? And we're about to make an even bigger mess. Because now I'm going to ram that cruiser, or light cruiser, and then just ram the other one. Oh, there's something I didn't know. The micro warp jump actually cancels my boosters, and it's completely bugged out apparently too, so good thing to note. Good thing to note, I guess, is to not do that again. Because now I can't boost with this light cruiser, looks like. Alright, so I'm learning new things today with these orcs. Aside from the fact that they're buggy as hell, because now I'm ramming myself. So he is warping out his Demiurge. That's going to live, I think. Yep, that gets on out. So, that is game, but he is warping his ships out. I'll let him live. I'll let him live, get his experience. And then clean up the mess. Although I think I did lose a cruiser, though. Well, there's nothing else to say. Hell, most of my ships are still like burning retros, and this damn cruiser still refuses to use its boosters, so I may have bugged something out, needless to say, upon doing that micro warp jump boost combo. Alright, so, well, that was a game. Pretty straightforward game, but it was a game.
Awaiting orders.
And for some reason, the Imperial Navy got in this fight. Oh well. I apologize for the lack of commentary for that match, because there was definitely a lot of typing there. But it's nice to see someone excited for this, their fleet at least, if nothing else. I at least got that going for me. And he gets his experience, he just may not get a whole bunch of renown, so... at least it's a step up from the other player. At least he's gaining something from his losses. Even if it's just experience for ships there, it makes it a lot more enjoyable at least, so... what do I want for my level 8 Basha, because I finally got level 8. And I'm thinking I might want to level up the boys there. We'll have to see. There's still a lot I'm uncertain about as far as upgrades and let alone crew points. And we also have a 4th upgrade slot, which I completely have no idea what I want. Probably the smartest thing might be the orders to get more for brace for impact, since that's going to be my main order I'm going to use. And if I ever can get to reload, I get more value out of that. Because I sure as hell don't have any armor penetrating rounds, do I? I seriously doubt it, although increased range on my mega cannons would be nice if this actually worked on mega cannons, so I guess we'll go with that. Also, just letting my bonker big mech would also be a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie, but if I'm ever gonna consider that, I'm gonna wait until my ships are actually level 10, so that way I don't feel like I'm being punished letting my ships get destroyed, if nothing else. Alright, it's time to up the stakes, I guess, here. Quite drastically, it seems, We're going to be fighting Solari, it looks like, in a persistent mode game, so... needless to say, I'm a bit of an underdog, because apparently I forgot to repair my hammer as well. So, from what I learned, I need to get close there, but I also need to be mindful of his Manta Bomber, so... well, let's see. If nothing else, I want to get as many tractor cans as I can to help seal that deal. Although it's coming to the idea that I feel like my Nova Can might not be ID here. The bombers are great. Nova Cans maybe not so much. But we'll have to see. And how many cruisers can I get? So... is this ideal? I don't really have a lot of meat, but really damn tight formations means I have a lot of point defense still. At least I do have that. It begs the question, what would be the Ravager be good for? Because actually, how many beacons do I have? That's also important. I have 2 beacons. And I have a lot of ships that are all the same speed. I don't know how exactly I want to play this, because again, this is going to be a drastic difference from before, especially with Adaptive Deflector causing issues, so I do have tractor cans to try and force him in an awkward spot. I just got to be able to isolate his ship and make sure my prow is absorbing as much of the damage as possible in the meantime, so I'm wondering if I want to do my formation a little bit differently. By going like having ships in front and then a couple of ships like a little bit behind them. I wonder what he may be referring to, because I honestly would have no idea. To be honest, I may not have any idea what I'm doing, but we do have a brute. We're gonna have a lot of cruisers. More cruisers I'm actually comfortable with, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this idea of fielding 6 cruisers, but with the point defenses and what is it? Fighters available to help support, I should be okay. At least help weather a lot of the Manta Bomber damage if there are Manta Bombers. We will see. So he has a crew on the left, deployment there, Custodian in the middle, Protector in the middle, and well, it shouldn't be a Sauce on the right. Those are probably just warns. So if anything, this brute is going over there. I'm gonna use my brute to try and kill off those wardens, because it does do like 4 times the damage on a ram, so it's worth doing that. We'll just let it have his space, and hopefully he doesn't get sniped by an experimental railgun if he's going that route. We will see. At least he's improved his micromanagement and his consideration of the wardens. Okay, so he does experimental railguns. That seals the deal. I just gotta manage these Manta Bombers now. And my cruisers are a little bit too tightly together too, so I gotta be careful of that. Do I repair right away? Those are his 2 experimental railguns, so burn that now. So that way... Okay, he's still losing ships too with mines, so that's kind of fine, I guess. It's happened again. It is happening again, although not going to work very well, but I do have Nova cannons. Can I hit this? Nope. So, he's identified the left. He's identified the right one, so I want to try and give that some cover. Actually, secret missiles are not the threat. Secret missiles are not the threat, the Manta Bombers are. So that's what I gotta watch for. So we got Manta Bombers coming up on the left. And I do have fighters to help deal with that some. And I'm mismanaging my groups a little bit because it's still burning retros. Now, time to beacon, if I could find my damn beacon. Now go on in. Have us some fun. Actually, let's hold fire. Let's hold some fire here. I think that's my plan here. And just finish off this thing to death. Kill this thing now. I am not going to be merciful. There's a lot of pent-up rage, what can I say? And I learned a lot from those matches, so... Oh, and I forgot I was still holding fire, so that was a mistake too. So, micro-warp jump please, stop rebelling. Oh well. Going to have to do this quickly. I have no more toys to play with. Damn, why is my hotkeys messing up? It seems like I'm messing up my hotkeys quite a bit. Oh well, he's insubordinate, so that's gonna help with the micro-warp jump, and no, you are not getting out. I'm squandering this, it feels like. Not exactly sure why, but it feels like I'm squandering this a bit. Oh well. What can I say? It's all single-minded at this point, isn't it? And this Kroot is going to take a ton of damage. Alright, so That was incredibly sloppy, I'm not gonna lie, but I will have to look on that and see what to improve on. But of course, he apparently admitted that he did not go air cache favor, which is kind of fine. Kind of fine with that, I guess, because I think if I were to ever play my Imperial Navy fleet, I know how to deal with that. Ooh, Rammy in temp. Kill all the stuff. Have some fun. Boost forward. And also, oh, I accidentally launched fighters. That was not what I want. But this thing's dead. And I did use up all my cod saves. Ooh, is this going to be 200? Nope, it was only 100. It was only 100, but I can kind of feel good about this exchange. I just gotta get aggressive. Yeah, I'm squandering this because I keep trying to activate my cogitators when I don't have cogitators. Alright. So he's just gonna run now, is he? I do have beacons still. A beacon. Okay, let's see. I have tractor cans as well. I just gotta... Now he's just running away. Go figure. Same old tactics. Yeah, I almost had the tractor cans too, and I don't know if I actually had any auger disruptors. Oh well. Let's get charging. I have a lot of speed on here, and I have Nova cans, as well as fighters to deal with his bombers. Just gotta make sure you're not turning erratically for some reason. I would like to avoid that when vision is so important. So we have vision, we have complete vision. Come on. I'm messing this up again. Go figure. But we got a good hit here. Now with auger disruption. Come on, come kill it. Come and get it. This is over. Sloppier than probably need to be, I'm not gonna lie. But... oh yeah, and the bombers are hitting me. Okay, we win. Sloppy. And of course he has that one missing frigate way over there. Well, what can I learn about that match though? If I'm consistent on top of comboing my abilities, I can completely destroy one of his ships when he's running away. But of course, this is Earth Cache. Air Cache would be a different story. Well. I'm gonna have to look at the replay and see what ideas I can employ. Because I feel like with the sloppiness that is, it probably is not as effective as it could have been. Oh well, and even I missed that tractor can, which is a bit of a shame. It's a little bit of a shame. But we're gonna lock on, we're gonna try and do full damage to this thing. Especially since apparently I still have a tractor cannon. No, it's destroyed, never mind. It just looks really weird with my prow gone. Probably because the prow was destroyed by insubordination. Oh well. What can I say? I had a lot of pent-up rage. So I went after the Custodian, because after all, that's like the main bread and butter of any Tau fleet, right? Oh well. It seemed to have worked well, at least when I got on top of the Custodian. Of course, with him having a Kroot War Spear and not really his Protector to help support, it definitely could have been a lot different. And of course I probably could have managed my fleet a lot better because again, the priority is to try and have my prow facing his ships as much as possible, especially when he's turning to engage me, because of course, as we clearly saw, he was going to resort to just kiting and just throwing bombers at me all day. And of course, I will, of course, lose to that because I don't have any silent run options available. If I switched all my ships to have access to the Blood Axes with their silent run, then that would change that dynamic though. So I gotta be really damn ruthless in my engagement. I need to see red as the bull in this case and make sure I'm relentless and on point with my abilities, because I know I popped my Augur Disruptors early. I did preemptively early just to make sure he had no window to micro-warp jump out with the Custodian. But I'm sure there was a few seconds lapse of some kind that I probably could have continued to benefit from. But there was promise there nonetheless, even if his fleet was a bit of a mismatch, I guess. Alright, 600 point cruiser clash. Yet again, it looks like we're going to have ourselves a lower admiral level player. So, it's going to be Imperial Navy once again. So, I think I can safely say I'm really damn confident in Imperial Navy. So, let's just try and have ourselves a little bit of fun. Try not to get too brutal, too vicious. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because this feels like it's already I already got this in the bag a little bit. Just because of the sheer Mega Cannons and the damage potential here. Although Mega Cannons are still a threat, so this is like the one time I probably would consider just forfeiting my frigates. Because if I ever invest too much in the frigates, they're going to die well before I even get within combat range. More often than not. I want to argue anyway, because of their double damage potential. Hell, even with these shields, they're still only going to be able to take 2 Nova Cannon hits and then they're still going to explode. These shields are only really helpful if they get time to recharge. It remains to be seen, because again, this seems like it may be a lower level fleet, maybe a newer player, so I do have that freedom. What the hell. Let's go with the frigates anyway. If he does go all Nova Cannons, then this is just putting me on a handicap. Give him a bit of a better chance to take me on, if nothing else. And I want to play more with the frigates anyway, because they are going to be vital, I think, to my setup. Whether to just draw fire there, shoot down bombers, really anything. The autocast is like the perfect storm, best case scenario, and I have been getting good luck with that there, because most players just will set their bombers, set their abilities to autocast, and it is working out well for me there. But even if they're not autocasting, just their positioning alone helps in that regard, with just being able to just get more point defense in there. I do apologize for this rotation there. It's going to make it a little bit easier to control group them. Maybe a little bit. It's just the annoying part is trying to remember where my camera was before, because it's just going to be slightly off, and it's probably going to be irritating. I know it's already feeling irritating. I know it's off. So I'm going to have to hope maybe that's right. At least it's close enough, if nothing else. At least it helps with my control group problem there. It does help a little bit there, but we got a nice formation there. I said before, I have frigates kind of as the front line. If he does go torpedoes though, I can at least take some evasive maneuvers, or the most extreme case, if he has like short burn torpedoes, my frigates can at least take some of the hits for me. They're small enough there where they're not really going to die to torpedoes unless he gets a really damn good hull breach or two. Otherwise, they can draw fire just by being in the way more often than not, so they have their uses no matter what. And I just, again, gotta remember to reload. Reload is pretty important here, at least for my micro-warp jump. So let's start making sure we execute that. So, light cruiser, 2 light cruisers. He's got lots of frigates in that. So now is the moment of truth. What's the heading looking like? Hell, it almost looks like they're not even coming after me, so fine, I'll just do slight turn. Maybe I'll avoid it. One of the frigates might be at risk, though. Just slightly, but We're looking promising for dodging the first torpedo wave, so I can live with it. I can live with it. He's silent running his ships there, and at least I'm going to assume those might be the cruisers. Well, we saw 2 Dauntlesses here. They're not tricking anyone, and he is trying to silent run high, so it's not going to do him a lot of good unless he actually can move his ships to a good spot. We will see. More torpedoes coming out. These are a little more better aimed at least, so this time I actually will have to take a slight bit of maneuvers. And it looks like he's all Dauntlesses even. Oh well. All these ships were really the ones that are shooting torpedoes anyway, so I have honestly no clue what the other ones are to begin with. What the other ships are. So we'll find out momentarily. But it's looking like 2 Dauntlesses and at least 3 Cobras. At the very minimum. Definitely got to be a Widowmaker somewhere in that mix, you would think. We'll see. Cruisers are going to take a... Let's see, the one cruiser could take a little bit of a hit here. But again, I got the frigates to kind of draw some of that fire anyway. I think we're golden. We're golden. Let's just turn our heading, try and flatten our ships a little bit. And maybe get some point defense shots in. Ooh, we even blocked that shot altogether. Anyways, what next? Well, he's got an interesting formation nonetheless here. Anyways, I'm losing my train of thought now. Really, it's just side strafing the torpedoes. We're just taking our time. Hell, I could reveal myself. That is something I could do. Because I don't think he has really any other ways to kind of punish this. But I am going to lose a frigate probably 1 point here. But with the fires, we're golden. Alright, time to stop playing with our food. Because he just launched the torpedoes. We're going to go on full aggression. And we have a micro-warp jump at the ready. We have micro-warp jump at the ready. And there's no point to just go on in just yet. He's going to be wedged into a corner. He's going to be wedging himself into a corner there in a moment. Everything's available. Time to go full-on aggression. Just gotta remember my hotkeys now. There, everything's micro-warp jumping forward. Now let's start murdering them. I'm almost tempted just to reload. Because I don't really care about his frigates so much. Although the focus fire is going to be handy, so let's kill some frigates while we're doing that. Alright, the fun is just beginning now, folks. Fun's gonna begin. These savages are gonna have a lot of fun over on the left there, or on the right, as already these frigates are gonna get a lot of damage put on them. Hell, I didn't even need to do that board. It's a little bit excessive. A little unnecessary, but we're gonna have fun. And I can't tractor can anything. At least anything might get hit by torpedoes. So just ram everything. Just fire. We don't have focus firing on, so we're golden here. This will be over momentarily. Well. Well. That's not very exciting, is it now? Well, all that work for nothing. At least the savages did their work, I guess. The savages definitely did their work drawing some torpedoes. I have actually no idea what they actually managed to kill, though. If they even killed anything. I don't think they really shot too many torpedoes down, so very anticlimactic. Now let's just clean up the mess and earn our reward of renown. That's pretty much all that's left, is to clean up the mess. Oh well. I applaud him for cutting his losses. I applaud him for that, at least. Doesn't make much for an exciting match, but I've been destroying cruisers with little effort. I don't think the frigates are going to do much more. Oh well. We're all done now. We're going to get our reward. And unfortunately, I have all the favor upgrades I need, so it's not like there's much to gain. Oh, I still have to board. Oh well. That's not needed anymore. Let's just go let's get this last one. bring it on over. Give it a nice, great big Mega Can hug. Unfortunately, the Sap Can had to kill it for me. Oh well, it probably was like one of his throwaway matches, and by that I mean he probably had no ships to really get a real standing force. They were probably all heavily damaged or destroyed, so that does tend to happen sometimes. Unfortunately for me, it just results in a very uneventful match. Because hell, I pretty much just fly into the torpedoes. Once I got to the middle of the map, I kind of stopped trying to dodge them all together a little bit. I was kind of hoping the boost would allow me to dodge them effectively. But no. It went pretty well though. I have the raw health points to just be able to take those hits really well. And if I was genuinely concerned about those torpedoes, I could probably throw in a brace for impact at the right timing to help mitigate a lot more of that damage. So, it's just minimizing it the best I can for the actual engagement, because it's eventually going to happen. There's not a lot you can do about the green tide. Oh, we actually got some upgrades, so both my hammers got their upgrades. Perfect. I like this. I like this a lot. Now, let's start upgrading this mess of crew points that I have, and what? Oh yeah, it's efficient, lots of thrusters is what I want. Get those recharging faster. Hell, even my Terror got a level in, so this match paid off nicely for me. Really damn nicely.